it's important to let you know that there are two dimensions to darkness. When we are talking about darkness here, we are referring to the darkness that has to do with the thief, evil, and its government. Now, in Exodus 20, verse 21, Moses was talking, and he said, and God stepped, and he said, God stepped, and Moses rather went into the deep darkness where God was. Moses stepped into the deep darkness where God was. In 1 Kings chapter 8 verse 12, Solomon said, the Lord had said, I shroud myself with darkness. So God dwells also in deep darkness. But when we talk about this type of darkness, we are not talking evil. We are talking mysteries. The mystical dimensions of God. So that the knowledge of God cannot be exhausted. So the type of darkness that is attributed to God are the mysteries of God that makes God exclusively omniscient amongst all creation. This is why the Bible said, if the princes of this world had known, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. So when you think you are trying to destroy the works of God, you are advancing it. It's a type of darkness. God operates in mysteries. This type of darkness is for our glory. The mysteries of God that makes the programs of God unknowable until he reveals it to you. This is an advantage to us. So when we talk darkness, don't get confused. You might read your Bible, you go to 1 Samuel, you go to 1 Kings, and you start hearing that God dwells in darkness. And you are wondering, does God have business with the devil? That order of darkness speaks of the mysteries of God. But the darkness I'm talking about here tonight is the devil and his government. You need to understand that there are forces you will require to counter his operation so that everything stolen from you can be restored. Because these beings are organized. Make no mistakes about it. Many Christians undermine the devil and his operation. That's why they have problems. Paul said, don't be ignorant of the devices of the enemy. This is not an attempt to exhort him, but this is to fortify you with knowledge so that you have an advantage. If you undermine him, you'll be shocked what he's capable of in your life. Darkness is well structured. This is why the believer must be fortified with spiritual weapons to overcome darkness. Are you following this? When you are dealing with darkness, there are two principal things you will find. Number one is that darkness is separated into ranks. Not every demonic being or not every demonic operation is at the same energy level. There are darknesses that operate only at the frequency and the jurisdiction of individuals. They don't have the clearance to operate beyond individuals. The Bible speaking in Matthew 12, 43 and 44, it says when an evil spirit is gone out of a man, it goes about in dry places, looking for where it will inhabit. It said if he doesn't find any, he didn't say he goes and enters a territory. He doesn't have that jurisdiction. There are spirits that control territories. But there are spirits that their jurisdiction is only in men. So if they can't find men, they are stranded. All they will be left with is dry places of torment. So what they will do is that they will have to return to that man. Because of necessity, they must be in a location. And so as they return to that man, he said, if that man is clean, but not filled, he said that spirit will bring 7 other wicked demons. What do you mean by clean? He has encountered Jesus. He has received Christ. He is born again. But he has not been fortified with knowledge. You know what Jesus said? He said that spirit will come with 7 more wicked demons. And what he will do to that man will be worse than the state he was before he ever met Jesus. How can a man encounter Jesus? Demons are cast out of him. He receives life. And you say his state becomes worse. Because darkness has the power to jeopardize your existence. And then there are darkness or demons, devils, princes that rule over territories. So what they do is that they come to exact dominion over a territory. They are not interested in men. You know why? They are not disembodied. They have bodies. These ones are not demons. They are fallen angels. So they don't need to possess a man to have a body to function. All they needed was the authority of man to have legitimacy over his jurisdiction, over his territory. These ones are not looking for bodies. They are looking for territories because they are princes. So their obsession is territorial, not men. Because if they take territories, they will not possess one man. they will create institutions and systems that will enslave men and generations. Those type of darkness are higher in authority than the ones that possess individuals.